We have bad news for ArcheAge 2, an update for Blade & Soul Neo Classic, GRAN SAGA's announced end of service, Dauntless has announced end of service, Stars Reach is surprisingly overperforming, Pax Dei reiterate their release day plans, and finally, not so good news for Chrono Odyssey. Hey, my name is STIX and welcome back to your weekly bite of MMORPG news, a video series where I discuss all the MMO related news over the last week or several weeks that matter to me in one easy to digest format. And we have a lot to talk about, so let's just go ahead and jump right in. Song, the guy that brought ArcheAge to life, announced that he is going to be taking his leave from XL Games. XL Games is the company that created ArcheAge. XL Games is the company that is creating ArcheAge 2, also referred to as ArcheAge Chronicles. Song has decided to leave the company after 22 years to supposedly take some time to recharge. It's unknown exactly what transpired between him and the company, or, as noted here, what will happen to ArcheAge 2 with his departure. The general producer, Ham Young Jin, is going to continue work on the game, and even after repeated delays over the course of the last few years, they are still planning to release in 2026 while having their first closed beta test in the second half of this year, 2025. This is bad news. Honestly, the dude that brought the game to life, this was his project. This was his child, and now he's no longer working on it. He's completely disconnected from the overall ArcheAge franchise. And honestly, if he was the reason ArcheAge failed, then good. If not, then it's likely going to end up the same mess that ArcheAge 1 was. I played Blade & Soul Neo Classic, or Neo, rather. I've been covering this game ever since it was announced, and honestly, while I wasn't impressed with it because it's basically Blade & Soul with a shader thrown over top and with several features removed and a few alterations made, it's just Blade & Soul, and that at the end of the day, I didn't want to play through a game I've already played through probably over 11 times now over the course of the last 7 years of this channel existing. Nevertheless, I think it's great for anyone that is having fun, and it is great to see that they're receiving updates. Hello Crickets, we hope you've been enjoying the launch of Blade & Soul Neo. Today we'd love to share a quick preview of the release date of Neo's first big update. The Moonwater Plains update's coming March 11th. Look forward to sharing more information soon. Apparently they're introducing the new region and story, the Moonwater Plains, a new heroic dungeon, Black Ram supply chain, the Beluga Lagoon Battleground, Mushin's Tower Solo Play Dungeon, and the Skyhaven Bastion, which is a free-for-all PvP zone, along with more coming in the future. Again, it's great that they're getting new content, or old content, depending on whether you're a player that has played Blade & Soul ever. GRAN SAGA announced they were officially terminating their game. GRAN SAGA service termination maintenance notice. Now, I will point out this game launched only 4 months ago. They are already shutting down in 4 months. That is unbelievable. Hello, captains. Today, with heavy hearts, we must share some difficult news. After much deliberation, a decision has been made to terminate GRAN SAGA Global service on April 30th as a result of difficulties in providing a continuous and stable service for users. What they mean by this is our game was shit, no one spent money, and ultimately there is very few people playing it, so we're shutting the game down because it's no longer beneficial to us in the long term. And instead, we're gonna go ahead here and release Chrono Odyssey and attempt to milk you for everything we can with that game as well. We would like to express our deepest gratitude to everyone who has been a part of our journey. You can check the official notice below for details regarding the termination schedule. And clicking a link just takes you to a website that says the game is closing down on April 30th. It's no longer available to download for anyone interested in playing the game now. You might be able to receive some refunds depending on whether or not you spent the currency that you purchased on items, but 4 months. This MMO survived 4 freaking months and it's already shutting down. This sets a bad precedent for Chrono Odyssey. Chrono Odyssey is their next major MMO. And if GRAN SAGA, the first MMO that released, did so poorly that they decided to terminate it within 4 months, why should we invest our time or our money or our resources into Chrono Odyssey? You know, I might have a dedicated video specifically pertaining to this thought because I had anticipated Chrono Odyssey. I know plenty of people had anticipated Chrono Odyssey. It's my wife, MRSSSTIX's most anticipated MMO of 2025. But you know what? if it doesn't perform too well in its first couple months, they're just gonna do this. They're just gonna immediately shut it down. And I don't think that's good. I don't think that's inspiring faith in them as a studio. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. Dauntless is another game that happens to be shutting down. They posted this everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, their website, Steam. This message, this is all they said. Important update, Dauntless is shutting down on May 29, 2025. Dauntless will receive no additional content or updates. Dauntless will no longer be available to play on and after May 29, 2025 at 11:45 p.m. PST. Thanks to all for being a part of the Dauntless journey. That's it. That was the update. Cool. Well, yeah. No, that's great. Very informative. Not at all vague. Thank you. I'll admit that I haven't played Dauntless in like, oh my god, 4 years, 5 years, but the most recent update, wow, did not leave people that happy. Wait, it says over on the side here, play for free on the PlayStation 4 or 5, Xbox SX, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and the Epic Games Store with cross-play and cross-progression coming to Steam December 5th. Hasn't this game been on Steam for a while now? Okay, well, I mean, sure, maybe they just haven't updated. Stars Reach, which is an MMO from Raph Koster, the guy that brought us Ultima Online, Star Wars Galaxies, posted an official Kickstarter, I think it was like 11 days ago, with a goal of $200,000. And within the last 11 days, they have made or raised $543,000. That's crazy. They've hit almost they've hit every single stretch goal that they had. And currently, they've made so much money that they don't even know what to do next. They don't even know what goals to set next. Their game was funded in less than an hour. They had $200,000 raised in less than an hour. That's unreal. And they've continued to amass another $350,000 almost in just a little over a week. That's phenomenal. Clearly, people are very interested in this. And people were saying the MMO genre is dead. Pfft, it's not dead. People just want something that looks good. That's it. With a dev team that they can support or that they can have faith in, which is why I'm a little bit concerned for Chrono Odyssey. And finally, Pax Dei's team is confident that the MMO will launch in 2025. Pax Dei stated that it is coming in 2025. The devs go on to claim that we've hit some delays with certain features, but we're confident that we should be able to release Pax Dei this year. A full wipe will happen before release so that everyone can start fresh. We may do an additional world or chapter wipe before that, but we're carefully considering how to make it as smooth as possible. Cool. I honestly didn't really enjoy Pax Dei. My wife didn't enjoy Pax Dei, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to try it out when it's fully realized and complete in a finalized form, because it could be a lot more fun, could have more features. But then at the same time, I am more of a fan of Eastern MMOs, anime MMOs, games like Lost Ark, Final Fantasy XIV, Soul Worker, PSO2, and admittedly World of Warcraft, but that's one of the few or only Western MMOs that I really like. And that's it. That is everything in the MMO genre that mattered to me over the course of the last couple weeks. You're up to date now, you're welcome. Hey, where do you think you're going? I see what you're doing there. I see you navigating on over, scrolling on over to that X button. Don't you dare. What I need you to do is take a moment and click one of the videos that are about to appear as soon as I'm done talking. And trust me, you're gonna want it.